Alright folks, welcome to another modern stream with AmuLIT. Pretty nice little league that you can check out in the VODs. And this list is pretty sweet. Trying to figure out whether these cards are actually a potential answer to the Prowess Menace. We're gonna see how it goes. Time to listen to the podcast. Oh yeah, big time. Podcast is always every Thursday, which today is a Thursday. What a coincidence. Every Thursday, Titan Talk. Playing against Red-Green Sideways. Last time I played against this player, they were playing Ponza with Luca and Emrakul. My opponent gave me the good luck, have fun, so I'm totally getting mooned on turn 2. Oh no, they're playing something else. Interesting. This is a cool card against Lurrus decks. This is also a cool card against Lurrus decks. But if this hand doesn't find the green source by turn 2, like I have 2 draw steps to find the green source, otherwise I'm just gonna lose. It's a league, whatever. I'm gonna start using that as an excuse to keep hands that I want to keep, but I know that they are wrong to keep. Oh, F's in chat for me. F's in chat for me. Risky, but I would keep. It's a keep for the fans. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna need this AmuLIT in order to win, so I can't actually blow up this explosives on 1. My mulligan decision didn't impact the outcome of the game. Yeah, it was completely irrelevant. Bounce land? The only bad thing about having top deck the bounce land there is that it means that I can't just pack it in. There's 2 amulets left in the deck, so I think that the way that I win this game is by luck sucking another copy of AmuLIT, or okay. So I'm just gonna bog myself so my opponent can't Ancestral anymore. Second Craft sucks. Second Craft really sucks for me. For those of you that don't know, this is literally AmuLIT's absolute worst matchup. It's nigh unwinnable. Just by design. Just by design, this matchup is almost unwinnable for us. It's just obviously a matter of their cards just line up so obnoxiously well against what our deck is trying to do. We're not going to be able to raise them before they kill us, so. This matchup, you want to make sure that you have alternate win conditions because their main way of killing you is through Surgical or Primeval Titan. Lost the trophy to Mill the other day. They just Surgical my Titans and try to turn to every game. Yeah, it's just what the deck does. Even whenever you have a co-select in your sideboard and stuff like that, it just doesn't really make things that much better. You're still a dog, even if you have the co-select in your sideboard. It's not even that impactful. I think the matchup is that much of a joke that I always, for the memes, go to 69 cards. Just for value. It's a bad strategy. I don't recommend doing it, but I think it's hilarious. I feel that sometimes stole the game. Yeah, field was definitely, again, like it was just another alternate win condition. Well, we're gonna play towards top decking a bounce land. That's the line. We're just gonna play towards top decking a bounce land. So these two engineer explosives I just did in my hand because I'm depending on these amulets of vigor. I guess that if I find bounce line exactly here, I get to Titan and then we get to blow up the explosives afterwards. So that wouldn't suck. Well, there go two semi-growth chambers. Bounce land. I don't want to blow this up though. Thank you for that follow. Droid G Rare R6. Am I dead yet? Am I dead yet? Bounce land. Imagine playing 11 round of mill in a GP is not even fun to play. I mean, some people like that kind of deck. I don't understand those people, but like some people do like it. Thank you for the great content. Been watching on YouTube for a while. Glad I was able to finally catch the stream. Oh, sweet, awesome. Welcome to the stream, then. Welcome to the stream. Bounce land, one time. One time bounce land. It's not a bounce land. I guess any ETB tapped green would have been enough. Just gonna name human. It's much less fun than burn. Burn can at least point to other stuff other than your face. Yeah. People like what they like. I think it's okay. Also, my opponent didn't reveal Lurrus. That has to mean Ashiok, right? I'm new-ish to the deck, so watching your videos I think a great help. Still feel like classic noob. It happens. Our stronghold has been successfully discarded. By the way, this is one of the extremely rare situations where you might find yourself in a spot where you would like to, number one, not fetch with Primeval Titan, or number two, stack your triggers in the opposite way. So Mesmeric Orb doesn't trigger. So here I'm gonna, I guess, bog myself and get a bounce land. So we want to bog myself, and then we want to stack this. I only want green ones. So am I killing? I think I'm blowing up the amulets too. And I have to Rex Sage blow this up. So we want to untap 1, 2, 3. So we want to do 1, 2, and then this, and this. Oh, did I stack my triggers wrong? Fuck. I assumed that this was 1 and 1. I wanted to attack 1 and 1. F's in chat for me. One, two, three. Blow that up. No packs to pay for. Blow this up. Played ton of shit for a while. I finally made the jump to AmuLIT. I can see the power level of the deck, but I'm still terrible with lines of play. It's gonna take a minute. There's definitely a learning curve with the deck for sure. There is definitely a learning curve. So if they have the thing that kills my Titan here, drawn the lock, we're probably dead. I don't think we can double strike. Oh, misclick. Blow it up. Wait, what? The fuck just happened? I wanted to actually blow this up, but So we're gonna try to kill my opponent next turn. What is this? Brazen Borrower? Echoing Truth? I'm gonna decline to search this turn. I'm gonna search next turn. Because next turn we can double strike. We can go for lethal. Do you also play Titan Shift or just AmuLIT? I have played Titan Shift in the past. I just don't enjoy it as much. That's basically the bottom line. Just don't find it as enjoyable. It's too linear. My opponent could have Archive Trap into the thing that gives doubles, the thing that kills around the lock, but c'est la vie. Either Gust. Brutal. Blue Escape Shift is very fun and intricate though. Yeah, but I would not compare a blue Escape Shift with AmuLIT, right? They're just completely different decks that have literally nothing to do with each other. That's a problem though. We are out of explosives. We're out of explosives. We are out of Valakuts. I think we're just dead. Force of Vigor is the only out that we have. Force. Crazy boy. Crazy boy. Not you. ¿Qué haces, Ramdolian? Push, my dude. Why is Push in their deck? Vi un video de cuando matas todo el tablero de tu oponente con 2 titanes. Tu oponente estaba jugando un deck raro verde-blanco con ángeles. Ah, sí, fue la semana pasada fue. So this is our out. We have exactly one out right here. Is Raminap gone? I think Raminap's gone. Yeah, Raminap was one of the first down. Okay. Not a winnable matchup, unfortunately. Not a winnable matchup. Also, is Mill good right now? Sometimes hard to keep up. Mill is good one weekend, next weekend it's not playable. Olá, Fran. Você usa avançado Gaia no site? No, I don't. Eu não uso na Bendesal. Porque, like, why? How do you say why in Portuguese? Porque, right? Like, just porque. Porque eu não penso que Mel é muito bom deck. Okay, what did they dredge? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super Thug and an Imp. Why have we not fixed this yet, Wizards? Why do I still need to go one by one through all of the cards that my opponent milled in order to know what the fuck they're doing with their conflag and shit? It's pretty frustrating. Imaginary units, 001, thank you for the follow. Have a nice Portuguese, bro. I used to speak better Portuguese, but I'm very much out of practice. Very much out of practice, unfortunately. So if we draw Susa, we win. If we draw a Titan, we also win. If we draw another AmuLIT, we don't win. Probably just gonna Ox here. I imagine they just dredged 3 imps. It's the easy way to do it. Just assume that they dredged the most that they could dredge. No chills so far? Actually, no chills so far. Wild. Gracias. So we have a Titan coming down next turn. Grace is gonna jump in front of this Ox. We could make an explosive on 3 here. I think I want to make an explosive on 2. I think I want to make an explosive on 2. Whether I'm cracking it or not, that's a different question, because actually my opponent has no fetch lands in their graveyard. So we would get to blow up their ghasts and leave them with nothing. Unless they top like a fetch or they dredge into a fetch from this Life from Below. Let me hear here. Morok, happy of a nation for a topless stream. I get banned from Twitch if I do a topless stream. So if I'm gonna be doing that, you would need to basically give me all the money that I could ever make from Twitch in one donation. So probably 25 bucks. I was just gonna ask if 15 bucks would do it. No, 15 bucks is too little, but 25 I would start to think about it. Only get banned if somebody rats me out. Do you think that somebody's gonna not rat me out? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So both conflags are in the yard right now. One, two, three, four. So I guess they dredge the tug. Make all of these manases. Make a bunch of manases. Vesuva Stronghold. So I can get Bounce Land. I can get Bog. Bog plus Immediate Growth Chamber on the attack here. And if I do Bog plus Growth Chamber, then I can use Radiant Fountain to pay. So this just nets more mana eventually, and it just nets more life. So with both conflagrates gone, I think that this should be good enough to win. How many push-ups do I own? Nobody wants to know that. By nobody, of course, I mean myself. Stink with Imp. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to double strike. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate that I'm not gonna be able to double strike here. Next game, opponent. What is this, Dredge? Force, Rex Sage. That's it. Should I bring this in just for the lols? Why didn't I dump them with the double Balaku triggers? Because that is called garbage time, droid. Whenever you're in garbage time, nothing you do matters because you have already won the game, but your opponent somehow is stubborn enough that they decline to concede the game. So they're making you waste your time and they're wasting theirs. So I'd rather just have some fun. Yeah, exactly, style points. So if my opponent doesn't mind me wasting their time while I kill each and every single one of the remaining dudes, I'm just gonna go do it because I can. The game is just over a million ways, and nothing that they do matters. I'm not gonna miss this chance to play Spore Wave Weaver on turn 2. Is it the correct play? Hell no. Am I gonna do it? Probably. I guess I'm gonna play Azusa. Like I'd rather not just like my opponent actually has Blood Moons in their deck, right? So there is a chance that I might actually lose this game, but it's just too hilarious. Let's see if they dredge. They did dredge, and there's the Blood Moon. We dredged Loam. Gonna get back in Mountain. So my opponent has a slower style hand, so I guess I have to Azusa. Oh man. Did not know this card existed. Me neither. Giuseppe talked about this. He talked about it yesterday on the cast, and I'm like, that sounds hilarious. Oh man, they have it called flag right now. What the hell? Nice sequencing from opponent. Trigger on the stack. In case they find an amalgam. Nice sequencing from them. They don't have Moon though. Can we find a prime time off the top? It's pretty amazing value for us. Pretty amazing value there. This is bad if I find exactly Toleraria West, but on the other hand, we gained life and we played a spider, right? How bad can these realistically be? What are you talking about, Stabs? There's literally a spider in play. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? No, the reason for spider is prowess. But it's just like the hilariosity or it's hilarious. There's value in the fact that it's hilarious. I mean, my opponent can't attack because I'm going to start gaining life and spitting out 1/1, so... Spider is optimal. Damn. Shots are being called out there. Prime time? We're totally going to draw Tolaria West and I gain 2 life and we're going to get punished. Oh, we can just luck sack. Oh, wee. Lag, please, come on. There we go. The lag is real. We can't haste here, so I'm just gonna get to Lurrus West and Bujuga Ball, and my opponent can never win. Should I just swing? I think Asusa's feeling frisky. Asusa's feeling hella frisky. Better find a Blood Moon opponent, because you're dead next turn. Better find a Blood Moon. Yep. Well, this is game 2, right? So, do we know what they have in hand? The cave is gone. Stomping Ground. We know Stomping Ground is in their hand. There's no way they have Lava Axe, right? Whatever. You don't have a Lava Axe opponent. You just don't. There's been some issues with MTGO. House and I both had opponents drop during our leagues and not reconnect. I'm having insane amounts of lag right now. I'm having ridiculous amounts of lag. So yeah, I think that it's just MTGO. I don't think it's on my end. I think MTGO is just laggy today. Spider Friend is my hero. Spider Friend, Spider Friend. Turn to Titans, 'cause he can. Wipe your board with the Dryad. Sexy man will bolt your stuff. Spider Friend, Spider Friend. Draw of clues. Kill you back. Nailed it. Nailed it. So good. So good. Look at this lag. Look at this lag right here. I'm digging this Spider Friend thumb. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This hand seems reasonable. Gonna lead on AmuLIT. If we're playing against a Nagoro deck, it'd be obviously better to lead with Bracer because we can block, but not punished, which is good. So the sequencing here is going to be we play T-West here. Next turn we're going to play Crumbling Vestige for the blue, then we're going to play Gracer. Then that's going to allow us to transmute to Lurrus with the second land drop, and that's going to be our Titan. Did I qualify for Mana Traders? No. I think I'm going to my parents' place this weekend, so... Oh. I mean, there's also that. That's just easier. Gracer man, Gracer man. Playing bounce lands ahead of time. Floating mana. Bounce the west. Pact for Titan. Win the rest. Gracer man. Gracer man. Seg is so hard to play. I'm scared to build it and just make a mess of everything. Well, the only real way to get into it, like the only real way to master the deck is to just bite the bullet. We already have a Titan in hand, so even though we don't have blue mana, I think that it's correct for us to go for it here. My opponent can double bolt my Titan, but if they do, we're still kind of fine. And then we need to have exactly double lightning bolt because that's the only way that they can kill this. So I'm okay with it. How long did it take me to master the deck? It's a good question. It was so long ago that I don't remember. I do remember losing a lot. I do remember losing a lot. I do remember forgetting to pay for pacts. I do remember just making a bunch of really stupid mistakes in the beginning. Like a bunch of really stupid mistakes. There is a curve. There is definitely a learning curve. Do I want this? Like, I definitely want this spider. But do I want this one too? I don't think I want the Arasta. I think this is fine. How do you see Titan in the current meta? Pretty good. It's fine against the aggressive decks. It's not so much against the prowess decks, that's why I'm trying the spiders today, but that's kind of the beauty about a deck like Titan, is that whenever you know what you're fighting, it's a lot better to... Like, the deck becomes a lot better once you know what you're trying to beat. I think this hand is a trap. Like, I will need to shock. I would need to bolt myself through this. If only I had a bounce land. You haven't been liking your prowess matchup lately? I feel those were favorite for that. No. And that's really funny, because whenever I played against a prowess opponent, they always told me that they felt unfavored against AmuLIT. And I was always on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Like, I always hated playing against prowess. I always thought that the matchup was just bad for us. So it's really funny how different folks playing the same deck, like the same matchup from two opposite sides, would have such diverging opinions. I always found that to be super funny. Titan Rex burn, not great against prowess. Yeah, exactly. I always like my burn matchup. I was always happy with. But prowess is not burn. Prowess is definitely not burn. One prowess balance in particular, because I don't want to see AmuLIT as prowess either. Mono red mostly. Mono red is the one that I often have the most diverging opinions. Double board sham is rough. If we find a Titan, it's just too fucking easy, man. It's too easy. This was a multi 5. This was a multi 5, chat. Funny. So I'm playing around double bolt. And where at 11, my opponent has a Rift Bolt on the stack, so we're at a virtual 8. And there's no combination that kills me. So there's no need for me to draw cards, so I guess I can just play a second Titan here. No, I can't. I'm 1 mana short of playing a second Titan. With a bunch of potential Titan draws. Yeah, I mean, that's the point of the deck, right? It's a deck built around Primeval Titan, because... So, like, the entire deck is built, so you have, like, 11 virtual copies of Primeval Titan. That's the point. So, like, it's obviously, like, we did have, of course, like, we did have, like, half of our deck is just a bad draw, but... Like, it's still the same. Also, this matchup is just... It's always been great for us. Turn 3 Titan and multi 5 is really nasty. Yeah, I mean, the mulligan rule is your friend. Like, if you see a hand, like, we saw... I saw an opener with, like, Explore and, like, a bunch of... Like, it was a keepable hand, right? Like, I could have definitely kept that hand. But... Why? Like, you have so many... You have so many great hands, even on a multi 5. So, like, you should use your mulligan rule. Like, the mulligan rule is your friend. You don't have to mulligan, you get to mulligan. I feel like a lot of people, that's one of the things, and that's why I made it's such a recurring theme that I made multiple videos about how to mulligan with AmuLIT, because a lot of people have trouble with it. They are scared, right? A lot of people are scared that like if you move to 4 or you move to 5, you're not gonna have enough stuff to do. But you're playing a deck that just naturally has card advantage built into its lands. Like it's not that big of a deal to go back to go down to 3 to 5. Maybe 3, 4, like those are tougher numbers, but you can very easily have super powerful hands on most of 3. Oh, come on, getting paired against Mill again? Fuck. Since Modern has been unlocked again, can you do another Mystifying video? I mean, I was thinking about doing it, but I'm probably going to be waiting until the meta establishes itself a little bit better. Right now, it's like everybody's just doing whatever the hell they want, right? We are in this honeymoon phase where everything is possible and you can play whatever you want and you can kind of be okay with it. So I want to wait to make it a Mystifying video until we get to a point where like we know what the metagame looks like. Bifrost Magnificus with the tier 1 sub. Coming back for the 3rd month. Thank you so much for the continued support of Bifrost. I appreciate it. This is obviously great for us, right? Like not being paired against Mill again. I think we go Dryad. And we're gonna play Bounce Land. Even though it gets me further away from Dryad, but like I can play, even if the Dryad gets answered, I can still play AmuLIT. I can still play Titan, and if Dryad doesn't get answered, we just win because we just completely destroy my opponent's board. So thanks to you for your amazing job, abrazo. Gracias, Bifus. Definitely buying spiders for tomorrow's FNM. Yeah, I have the alternate art Arasta, which is delightful. I love it. When all said and done and the meta settles down, the top deck will be Sakama Bonsa Mill. I mean, it's the only reasonable option, right? I think that my opponent has Apparition. But I don't think I can beat Apparition. Because if they do have the Apparition, Titan can block. Let's say they do have Apparition, they kill my Dryad, my triggers fizzle, but I gained 2 life. I'm at 11. My opponent swings for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 9. Okay, so I guess technically I'm not dead, so I'm just gonna go for this. Again, and this is because I think that my opponent has Apparition. If I didn't think my opponent had Apparition, then obviously the correct play is to just go face and find Valakut here. Oh. No Apparition, you say? Huh. Okay. That definitely caught me off guard. Three, 6, 7. Okay, so I guess I'm dead now? I'm dead to any spirit? 69? No, I'm actually just dead on board. Oh, Pact for Gracer! Oh, wow, Pact for Gracer was the line. I totally forgot. Yep. Pact for Gracer and just face them was the line, obviously. I totally missed it. I'm still... It's weird how long it's been. Potato chip eater, thank you for the follow. It's weird how long it's been and I'm still not used to having a Royal Gracer in my deck. I've literally had Gracer in my deck for like months at this point, and I'm still not familiar with Gracer lines. I'm still constantly missing Gracer lines. How you like the Pact for Negation? I thought it was a house against Griefstorm. It's okay. I'm not over the moon about it. Again, like the main reason for running in main deck is that I wanted a cyber slot. That's the only reason. If I did have access to the cyber slot, I just would not be playing the card in the main deck. Wouldn't they have only put them to 2 since they were 8? Yeah, but I used one trigger on the Droxkull captain, and I just throw that trigger to their face. Sounds too slow. Sounds pretty good. I think I'm gonna bottom of this member here. We're gonna be spinning that wheel next turn. The wheel shall be spun. God damn it, this lag. So bad. You know the amulet list when it was used to find the amulet or for land selection? So some of this. Oh, why did you move away from steerings? Oh, okay. Yeah, so castle is the answer. Castle just makes steerings. What's the word? Castle just makes explore so much better, basically. I'm doing this because my opponent can violate the 1-drop, right? So making sure that we can play around for a spike. Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. So I can 16 my opponent here. Do I want to? I don't think I want to. We're just insanely far ahead at this point, so just gonna pack for another Summon Respect. Transmute for another Summon Respect, sorry. I don't think we can realistically lose this game. I'm not saying that this card is like amazing or busted or like insane, but like the fact that you just get a shot at finding a Primeval Titan with your land is just so insanely good. Like, yes, I could have whiffed there, but like I just had a shot at it. I had a shot at my land winning the game, like straight up winning the game. There's a lot of Turn Timber naysayers, but like your land giving you an actual shot at straight up winning the game is just insane to me. I like the ways you guys describe it in the podcast. Yeah, it's a land, right? Like it's a land that if you're a little bit lucky, straight up wins you the game. Like that's just so insane. For a land to win you the game, it's almost unreasonable. It's almost unreasonable for your land to just straight up win you the game. It's so good. 1, 2, 3, 4. This. I guess we are technically playing around Mana Leak here. Opponent could have Gusto, but yeah, it's not that it's my plan. It's not that it's my plan A, right? But like in this situation, it just straight up won the game. So that's not bad. that's not bad. That's a fine thing to be using your land on. It's a pretty okay thing for your land to be doing. I'm going to try Fierce Empath again. Yeah, I'm not too high on Fierce Empath. Game number 3. My opponent has demonstrated mastery of drawing Aether Vial, so we have to keep that in mind. Turn Timber is circumstantial and it just happened to work there. Yeah. But it's a land. I don't know everything about the ins and outs of Titan, nor what real techie cards are around, but playing Symbiosis in this deck seems like a no-brainer. That's everything you want in this deck. Yes, I mean, it's a land. Oh man, this hand is kind of sketchy. Guess I'm gonna keep it, but like this hand can definitely backfire really badly for me. If my opponent has a turn 1 Vial aggressive start. Thing is, you have to look at it like a green land has a random bonus that sometimes has value. Exactly. Wow. Okay. I do have. Oh, they mull to 5. Mull to 5. So far, not good. I see people all the time trying to like saying stuff like I want to like do this thing so I can maximize turn timber and like, and that is why I think that people get confused with it. It's just people are misunderstanding what the card is supposed to be doing. Damping Sphere. That's a pretty bad card against us. To be fair, it's good out of exactly the Spirits deck. It's good out of exactly this deck because they put a lot of pressure on you. So out of specifically this deck, it's actually okay, and it's actually good off of Titan Shift as well. Dryad. I could pact for Dryad here. I pact for Dryad. Opponent quells the Dryad. No, I think that it's worth it. If opponent has Spell Queller, it's still not the end of the world. Don't get me wrong, it really sucks if my opponent has Spell Queller, but I'm still spending the next turn. Like, this is the upside, right? Like, the upside is we actually, next turn, we just clear my opponent's board. So, like the upside is just massive. And we're going to be spending next turn paying for pact. And if we didn't play Dryad, we would be spending our turn just doing actual nothing. So, I think that in this specific situation, because of how this game is developing and my opponent's lack of pressure, it's a good deal to do this. So now my opponent only has 2 power that they're pressuring me with. They're going to time walk me this turn. Because I have to pay for my pact. And then the following turn I'm just going to play a Primeval Titan, which is very likely to stabilize. You side arc explodes against the aggro matchups, correct? Only 5 cards that I'd rather have instead of explore. Usually the way that I think about it is, okay, right here in this matchup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess I'm just gonna do this so I can gain 2, so I can get 2 more life next turn. The way I'm thinking about it is, in this matchup, would I rather top deck an Explore, or would I rather top deck a Dismember, or like the Spider, or like all of those things? That is the way that I'm approaching it when it comes to sideboarding out the Explorers. That's the way that I think of it. Here's Johnny. So now we have blue mana for transmuting purposes. Here's a random Bracer that just blocks the Droxel Captain, which is nice. Next turn we get to pact for a Dryad. We have another Titan. What matchups would you side out turn Timbers? I have decided them out against fast matchups because they sometimes cost life and the game can potentially be over before I'm able to cast them. Depends. Depends which matchup it is. Depends on which matchup it is. And also right now I'm playing the single turn Timber, so... But yeah, if it depends on which matchup it is and depends on my sideboard configuration as well. Ha! Hello. 5, 6. 7. Packed for Spider. Honestly, what I should have done is I should have just packed it for another Dryad. Again, this is just... This is just garbage time. Was lost to Mill. So far, we have only lost to Mill. This hand's just bad. This hand's kind of legit. Melee Nightmare matchup, yep. Oh yeah. Turn 1 Vial. Turn 1 Vial out of the Yorion deck, the 80 card deck. I thought Tron was the Nightmare matchup. No. Tron is extremely good for us. Any form of Tron, be it Eldrazi, be it mid-range, be it like mono green, it just doesn't matter. All forms of Tron are a great matchup for AmuLIT. I might just blowing this up. I think I'm just passing the turn. And I'm going to play Explosives for 2 next turn to play our Leonin Arbiter. My board is really kind of insane here. My opponent's hand is completely astounding. Their hand is insanely fucking good. Gonna blow this up right now before my opponent gets even more mana out of their vial. Definitely taking my Chumperino here. Thraven Inspector. Scani good again. I mean, it's playable. It's probably not doing much more than chumping to gain 2 life, so just gonna take my chump while I can. And if my opponent doesn't play Ghost Quarter or anything like that, I'm just gonna pack to my opponent's sense. Go, come on. They even have Tectonic Edge, which is just Absolutely gross. Ugh. Okay. So even if I find castle, I can't do anything. So I'm just gonna take my pact while I can. I clicked on the freaking dryad. Come on. Fuck. We have to keep battling through this tectonic edges. Like, at least miss a land drop, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna have tectonic edges and stuff, at least miss a land drop. It's the least you can do, opponent. Make it up to me. In before they play Cat Jesus, let's go Squatter, right? It doesn't do anything. There's an Archon of Emeria in play. Yeah, you just have to blow up the land. Like, you don't know if I've been sandbagging a basic forest all this time. Alright, hook me up with them lands. Oh my god, the lag is just unbearable. Skyclave. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I play AmuLIT, if I play Gracer, I think I just have to play AmuLIT here. AmuLIT, if I find exactly bounce, I guess that doesn't work. But yeah, I just have to play AmuLIT, and my opponent needs to tap out for no reason. That was insane. My opponent's draw was absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. We do have some tricks up our sleeve, though. We do have some tricks up our sleeve. Excuse me. Hornet Queen, please. I'm not gonna play a 7-drop against the deck that thrives when I don't make it to 6 mana, right? My opponent's game plan is to keep my mana in check, so what I want to try to do is for my mana to remain as consistent as possible and for my curve to be low-ish. Low-ish, yet impactful. Show me that turn 1 bile again, opponent. Opponent is too good. Opponent is too good. That's not bad though. Imagine they're gonna get the sword here. Maul of the Sky Cliffs. They also had the 1-drop. Good job, opponent, good job. Take edge me. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that they went for Maul. Like, this seems like one of the worst equipments they could have gotten. Revoker? They're playing around Valakut? Yeah, but Sword of Feast and Famine, that's so much better, right? I forgot to bring my Force too. I've been noticing that I've been misclicking on that a lot lately, and I don't really know why. Super random. Can we prime time, please? Prime time, summon respect. Imagine if my opponent had gotten Sword of Feast and Famine here. Like, how much better this would be for them. Trying to set up a 3-turn clock. Makes sense. And they tech edged my thing. This kills the givers. Next turn we transmute for prime time. Where's Firepower where you need it? Not in my sideboard. Actually, I guess we get a free land here. I'll take it. Spider, 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 spider. Blocking the opponents, but it has a Maul of the Skyclaves. Oh. Okay. Spider, 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 spider. It does feel like my opponent just punted. Unless they're just not playing Feast and Famine, which sounds crazy to me. Like, there's no way they're not playing Feast and Famine. Ha! Who's the LD deck now, huh? Maybe 2 trackers is too many. Maybe that's what I should be shaving. Because I have the spiders, right? So it's not like I need that many mid-rangey threats. These plus lands is the best combo in the matchup. Come on! They kept 7 every time. And all 3 times they had turn 1 Vial. All 3 times kept 7 and went turn 1 Vial. There's no way that is likely to happen. They're playing 80 cards too. Oof. Synergy. Look at that synergy right there. Just don't arc on me. That's all I ask. Don't arc on me. Be reasonable, opponent. Okay, cool. With my opponent missing land drop, I'm just gonna Sage here, blow this up. We get around Arkham with 5th Stitch. You're right. That's true. Mono 1 drops. I'll trade. 1, 2, 3. Susa, opponent's completely tapped out. Green mana. Racer. Play this. Bounce here. Play this. Copy here. Bounce here. Okay. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? Field of Ruin. Oh, I fucked up. I missed on a clue. It doesn't matter. Alright, Shram. Thank you for hanging out. So I guess we watch out for... We have available blue. I think we're just gonna be watching out for Damping Sphere. I think we are pretty far ahead at this point, so I'm just gonna watch out for Damping Sphere. There's no need for us to lose to something stupid like that. I like Tech Edge into Damping Sphere or something like that. I think this, oh, there's a Tech Edge. Opponent still has Batter Skull out there. I think we start here. 3, 4, 5. Go to combat. We do have Raminap, so we don't care too much about these nor these. Do I serve with Tracker is the question. I guess we're going to be able to crack enough clues for Tracker to survive, so this is fine. I can't double strike as my opponent has a Deck Edge right there. I guess I'm still going to go for the double strike line, though. Mind Sensor? Resto. That's just bad. Like, they get rid of my Tireless Tracker here, but now I actually can double strike. And there is also just the threat of activation too. What I mean is I don't need to actually do it. But just the threat of activation puts my opponent in a tough spot. I have not made a land drop just yet. I've not made a land drop just yet. So what I can do is I can bounce the Gruul Turf. Attack. They don't do anything. So that's cool. Three, 4, 5, 6. We can crack a couple of clues. Or we can... Because I don't really care about Radiant Fountain. I definitely want to get Tolera West into play though. Just another blue source. Bounce Vesuva. Pass the turn. Gracer blocks the resto. Outlook. No attacks. Coward. I think we got this. I think we got this. Terrible draw. Something good? It's interesting. So we had no more pacts, but we have access to engineered explosives. Drawing good cards when you're horrendously ahead. Why? Because I would like to win some more. Okay. Okay. Is it that much to ask? I would like to win by a little bit more. Wisp. That's cute. That is a cute. So we do this, we protect the land that matters. Ghost Quarter, Tectonic Edge. Yeah, T-West is coming back, EOT. Definitely want the Red White Source here. There's the Skull of Butter. The Skull of Butter. Swing, swing, swing. Swing, 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 swing. Swing, 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 swing. Let's get a Sanctuary and a Radium Fountain. Just because. Why didn't we pack for Dryad? Because they played a Flicker Wisp. I couldn't pack for Dryad, that's why. Also, there's no more packs in my deck. I'd rather pump here because it deals more damage, and if they do have the path to exile, they need to get rid of this, which means that they don't gain 4 life. Still fairly ahead here. Oh, I had to. Oh, that was actually super bad. Damn it! I set everything up to copy this. Now, if my opponent draws any kind of, if they draw a Ghost Quarter, they can actually stop me from boosting my dudes. That was bad. That was definitely bad. I had to Vesuva my own thingy. So for the new question about what this flicker interaction with pack, no, they didn't let me. They didn't let me do anything. They simply did not allow me to transmute because they took this out of the game, so I couldn't use it. We are drawing pretty poorly for what's worth. Yeah, that's Thriving Inspector's been going to the gym. It's been working out. I am so ready to get got by a Mind Sensor here. I am so ready to get Mind Censored. Ooh, nothing. Yeah, I know that we can E for 5, but I'm trying to figure out if that's what I want to be doing. Because I can EE for 1 and blow up both of these. But I'm trying to think like how the next couple of turns are going to be looking like. Because if I Vesuva the Vestige, that means that I don't Vesuva the Stronghold. Which it is bringing my power level a little bit down. Also, if I do this on 1, I basically lock my opponent's mana as well. Can I force chumps? Attack with this, attack with this. I blow up this and this dice, this dice. Opponent is left with just a Stoneforge. We swing for 10, 11. That's not enough. And then next turn we can swing with one of the illusions. We can potentially double block, but yeah, I think I actually want to do this on 1. As weird as this may sound like, I think I actually want to do this on 1. Because then I can double block the Stoneforge and my opponent doesn't have mana to do anything else, so... Let's do this first. This forces the action on the vial. See what my opponent's got to do over there. Apparition for what? My Azusa? That's whatever. Although I guess that's actually not quite whatever, because it means that if I want to double block the apparition, we have to trade with the illusions, but then we get another 3/3, so this is just fine. Yeah, I think this is okay. We have multiple good draws here. Tireless Tracker, another Prime Time, the Dryad, of course. Ramming Up Excavator, any of the spiders. Stoneforge. Something good? Nope. We can force a chump here. They have a Yorion. Yep. This gives first strike, which is a big deal. Wow, are we actually gonna lose this? Next turn my opponent equips. I think we're actually gonna lose this unless I draw something good here. Yep. It's a big boy. It's not something good. That is not something good. I still don't think that blowing up the batter skull was the line. Like, it was obvious that this could happen, but I just honestly I didn't expect to just whiff for so long. Put Yorion in hand. Wow. Brutal. So brutal. Even Dryad doesn't save me anymore now. Dryad doesn't even save me anymore. Yep. You're too late. You are too late. I guess I fucked up. I had to bounce the Valakut last turn. I had to bounce the Vesuva so that I could copy Valakut here and I could actually get rid of this. So I guess I still had a shot, but I just fucked it up. I still had a shot, but I just fucked it up. They had paths, never mind. Okay. I was not expecting to lose that game. I can't believe how long we whiffed. I could have played a little bit better, though. I could have definitely played a little bit better. Yeah, GG's opponent. No. It's a flyer. This gives a creature flying, and we don't have any flying blockers. That was brutal. Was a cool match though. Cool match. Definitely it's rough when your Yorion Taxes opponent goes keep 7 every time and they go turn 1 Vial every time, right? Like that's the nut draw. It's not particularly likely. But yeah, it was close. It was close. It's one of those things where I feel like my sideboarding might have been okay for the normal 60 card Taxes deck, but maybe because they don't have so much reliance on Leonin Arbiter, I shouldn't be cutting 2 pacts against the non-Leon version like that. That it honestly seemed like my opponent was not playing Leonin Arbiter at all. So if they're not playing Arbiter, maybe I should be. I mean, definitely I should be keeping more packs in my deck for sure. But yeah. 3-2 losses to Taxes and Mill. Still no idea. Still no idea whether these spiders are actually good, but they were cute though. When I cast it against Dredge, that was kind of cute. In my opinion, how much is the card needed in AmuLIT? Do you see any cards here? The fact that you see no cards here maybe probably answers your question. Karn is a metagame call, always. Always Karn is the metagame call, and right now everybody's playing like Prowess and Burn and stuff like that, so I don't think I want to be playing Karns right now. I've seen some folks playing Karns and doing well with them, but that's just not the boat I'm in. Oh yeah, Karn's great. Karn is obviously great, but I think right now I'd rather play something like this. Alright folks, that's gonna be it for this league. We'll be back for another one, but in the meantime, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you in the next one.